Most people, when they start thinking about bipolar disorder, they start thinking about the people who go from happy to sad to angry to excited, all in a matter of minutes. So first, before we start debunking the myth about bipolar disorder, let's first define what it is. Bipolar disorder is a mental illness that causes unusual shifts in mood, energy, activity levels, concentration, and the ability to carry out everyday tasks. One of the first myths about bipolar disorder is that people who have it tend to be extremely psychotic and that they have a severe mental illness.
My grandmother, she can be critical.
That's okay. I take criticism really well.
No, you don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that you don't take criticism very well.
Why don't you just kick me in the face?
Right, I'm sorry, I take it back.
Okay.
However, this is all put under the assumption that there is only one type of bipolar disorder, when in fact there are actually three. So the three main types of bipolar disorder are bipolar disorder 1, bipolar disorder 2, and cyclothymic disorder. In order to be diagnosed with bipolar 1, a person has to have had at least one manic episode. So in order to kind of understand what is a manic episode, it is usually characterized by excessive energy, restlessness, trouble concentrating, feeling extremely happy, risky behavior, and poor sleep.
That's a lot of information to get in 30 seconds.
And in order to be diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder, you have to have at least one major depressive episode that lasts at least 2 weeks and at least one hypomanic episode, which is basically a less severe form of a manic episode. And as for the cyclothymic disorder, the person has a depressive episode and a hypomanic episode, but in a less severe form than bipolar 2 disorder. As you can see, the severity of the mental illness varies on which type the person has. A second myth about bipolar disorder is that people who have it are just moody people.
Out on the lake almost every weekend till I moved away. We used to play tag and stuff, but everything's different now since we moved.
However, you need to understand that people with bipolar disorder have much more different emotions than a person who doesn't have this disorder. Their highs are really high and their lows are really low. And these fluctuating emotions can sometimes even last for days, weeks, or even months. While a third myth about this disorder is that mood swings equals bipolar disorder, when mood swings can actually occur for multiple reasons. The weather, menstrual cycle, medication, hormonal disorder, and autoimmune diseases. Mood swings can also occur with other mental illnesses such as ADHD and other personality disorders. So what basically sets bipolar disorder from other disorders is that the illness represents a change in oneself. The depressive episodes can last for several weeks and the manic episodes can last for several weeks as well. So another myth about this disorder is that people assume that manic episodes are actually fun. Because they see that the person feels really good, they have a lot of energy and can go for a long periods of time without enough sleep. So while this may sound great,
mania can actually be extremely uncomfortable for the person because it can let the person feel that everything is out of control, and it also can make them partake in risky behavior that they normally wouldn't be doing in the first place. And this risky behavior can damage their career and appearance in front of people.
Another myth about bipolar disorder is that it is extremely rare, when according to a study that was conducted in 2017, It estimated that at least 46 million around the world actually have bipolar disorder.
Wow.
Lastly, people tend to think that this disorder is not easily treatable, when in fact patients actually respond well to mood stabilizers that are sometimes combined with antidepressants or drugs for mania. They are also accompanied with a type of therapy called psychotherapy, which helps provide insight into their illness, teach them some stress managing techniques, give them problem-solving skills, and educates them about self-care. Alright you guys, that was it for today's video, and I really hope that I did justice debunking some of the myths of this disorder. And of course, I cannot stress this enough, please do not diagnose anybody just because you know some of the symptoms. The only person who is allowed to diagnose is a professional in this field. And if you believe that you have some of the symptoms, please go and seek help. And as always, I will be putting my sources in the description box, so go ahead and check them out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, bye!